Hi there, this is Geoff from Geoffmobile.com. I'm with you in beautiful Vancouver, BC, Canada, and I wanted to share with you my yoga practice. This yoga video I'm going to be doing is from a website that has free yoga videos called doyogawithme.com. It's a really great website. I recommend it. I'll put a link to that website below. If you like the website, please consider donating and supporting and buying the videos from the owner. It's really a valuable website. If you pay for a yoga class, you have to pay usually $10 to $20 for a class in person. On the website, you can do it whenever you want, choose whatever class you want. You can search by the date and time. It's a really wonderful website. So today I'm going to be doing around a 1 hour long yoga class. I'm going to film the whole class and just give you an idea of what I'm doing. However, I recommend don't do the yoga video from watching my video. I recommend going to the video on the Do Yoga With Me website to actually do it from there. Because for me, I'm just giving you an example of what I look like, but I'm nowhere near a really accomplished yoga person. So I recommend checking out the website below. Thank you very much, and welcome to my yoga practice. The yoga video that I'm going to be doing is by Melissa McLeod from Victoria, and the video is called Core Strength and Stretch with Melissa McLeod, and it's available on doyogawithme.com. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoy this video.
Hi, I'm Melissa McLeod with Bloom Yoga Victoria. This is a 1 hour intermediate flow yoga class. I hope you enjoy. We'll begin lying on our backs for this practice. Take your feet a little bit wider apart, let your knees knock in towards each other. The hands can be palms face up, arms a little away from the body. Let the back of the neck lengthen so the chin moves slightly forward. You still might need to walk your shoulders down and away from the ears. Relax your hands and your feet. Spread out your fingers and your toes. Allow your face to relax, your forehead, your eyes, your cheekbones, your jaw. Start to sink into the floor. Just begin to pay attention to your breath. No need to change or manipulate it. Just notice how you breathe. When you start to pay attention to your breath, it generally starts to slow down. Maybe see if you can make your inhale a little bit deeper. And allow the exhale to be a little more thorough, more complete. Now that you're a little bit more into your body, just notice how you are today. No judgment, no criticism. You're not trying to change anything. Physically notice if there's any areas in your body that are sore or cranky. Maybe you have an injury that you need to take care of. Energetically, you notice where you are on that scale. A little more energy, a little less energy. Emotionally, notice any emotions that sit a little closer to the surface. And notice your mood. This information is important because every time you come to your mat, it's a very different experience. And even if you're brand new to yoga, you know your body way better than I do. So that deep understanding that I'm just offering suggestions, things that may feel good, but feel free at any point to veer off and do your own thing or take a rest. Connect into your exhale a little bit more, trying to breathe out as much as you can, through your nose or through your mouth, it doesn't matter. When you deepen your exhale like that, automatically your deep core muscles, your abdominal muscles, and your pelvic floor muscles engage. You might not feel it, it's quite subtle, but that understanding that it's happening, so we can take advantage of that throughout the practice, exhaling out as much as you can. I want you to take that awareness of your deep core a little bit deeper, and the next time you exhale out as much as you can, see if you can also draw back at your low belly and lift up at your pelvic floor. So another way to kick into the deep core. On your inhale, you might be able to hold that contraction a little bit. You might notice the breath will move a bit better through the ribs. And then that long exhale, connecting into the abdominals and pelvic floor. Maybe a little bit of a hold on the inhale, but if you can't, don't worry about it. And then exhale to reconnect. By starting to connect into these deep core muscles, we're building more strength, stability through our midsection, building up the strength in the abdominals and the low back, and also supporting the spine a lot better, particularly the low back. Start to move a little bit. Let your hands come down by your sides. Walk the feet in so they're closer together but not touching. And just try to gauge that your heels and your knees are about the same distance apart, so you're not knock-kneed or bow-legged. Feel the big toes really push down into the mat and feel the hands push down too. Back of the neck is long, so the chin tucks in slightly. Take a breath in. Exhale, connect into your deep core. Then push the feet into the ground, lift the hips, so coming up into a bridge, and then lower back down again. So try this a few times, just a strong connection with the feet, the core, hips lift up, big toes push down, lower back down. So as you're moving here, we're starting to wake up the back of the body. Often we're pretty weak here in the hamstrings, the back side, and the low back. We're also helping to stretch out the front of the body, and that's where we're usually pretty tight. You'll feel some work in your low back, your hamstrings, your backside for sure, and that's fine. But if it starts to get to the point where your low back is hurting or uncomfortable, make sure you stop. If you want to add a little bit more here, you could raise the arms up, so the next time the hips lift, the arms could lift, stretch up and back, and then lower back down again. You can lift the whole spine as a whole, or you could articulate through the spine. So that means you're rolling up one vertebra at a time. It just depends on what feels more comfortable. okay, you could add one more thing here. You could add a crunch. So the hips lift, the arms lift. Lower the hips, lower the hands. Keep reaching the arms forward, tuck the chin slightly. Exhale to crunch up. Inhale, lean back, arms stretch back, hips lift. Lower down, strong exhale, crunch up. You can keep moving with these 3 movements if it feels okay. But if it feels like you need to ditch something, just go ahead and let something go. Try to keep the back of the neck long. The hands could come behind the head if you needed some more support here. Once that feels like it's done for you, lower back down again. Just allow the head to nod from side to side. And then draw the knees in towards the chest, starting to release your low back. You can stay just how you are, or you can move side to side or circling. We'll come into an abdominal exercise called a dead bug. So allow the shins to be about parallel to the ground. Knees and hips in the same line, feet kind of active, so maybe they're flexed. Arms reach out, palms face towards each other. Feel that deep core connection, low belly drawing back, pelvic floor drawing up. Feel how the low back kind of pushes into the mat and try to maintain that connection. It's opposite arm, opposite leg. So when you're ready, one foot reaches forward, opposite arm reaches back behind you. That can be the inhale, strong exhale, pull back into tabletop. Alternate from side to side here. Try to keep your low back as it is, so the weight of your leg wants to pull the low back out of alignment. Try not to let that happen. You don't have to go out very far either. You can make it quite a small motion. Remind yourself that it is your abdominals that are helping you move through this motion. It's easy just to fly through it and not to think about it, but concentrate. Abdominals control out, abdominals control in. A couple more on each side, please. This isn't meant to bother the low back. If you start to find your low back's getting cranky, you can stop the exercise. What happens with abdominals is when they get to the point where they're fatigued and they can't do anymore, your low back tries to take over. So if you feel that happening, it's really important just to wrap up the exercise. I don't want you to push through that pain. You can hurt yourself. When that one feels like it's done, come back through to center. Draw the knees in, hands can rest on the knees. Just start to circle the knees out and away from each other. Keep the breath smooth and steady. The emphasis on that exhale. This helps massage out your hip flexors, those hip creases, and also it's a gentle release into the hips and the low back. Circle the other direction. Let one foot drop down, and the other leg extends up towards the side, just taking a hamstring stretch. The leg doesn't have to be completely extended. Bend the knee as much as you need to. Hands just rest somewhere at the back of the leg. Back of the neck is long, shoulders relaxed. Maybe point and flex the foot a few times. Or circle the ankle. So connect into your deep core a little bit more. And then let the leg switch in the air. So control the top leg dropping down as the other leg lifts up. Hold gently at the back of the leg. Maintain the length in the spine. Again, if you like, point and flex the foot a few times. Circle the ankle. And soften where you can. The body tends to tense up. So in each posture, just see if you can find a little bit more relaxation. Connect into your core strength so that you can lift the bottom leg up. Hands can just rest down by your sides. Toes might be pointed here. Feel how the low back presses down and try to maintain that. Connect into the abdominals, the pelvic floor. Coming into the abdominals again. One leg drops down a little bit, that might be your inhale. Exhale, use your strength, come back up. So you're alternating from side to side. Inhale, exhale. It's more obvious that the weight of the legs wants to pull your torso out of alignment on this exercise. So again, you don't have to go very far. Try to stay relaxed in your upper body. Remember, the exhale can be quite forceful out your nose or out your mouth because it does help you kick into these core muscles automatically. Try a couple more on each side. Remember though, if the low back gets cranky, that's your signal to wrap it up. It doesn't matter how many repetitions you did. Once that feels like it's done, so when that feels like it's done for you and it's about even, come into happy baby, let the knees go wide. Hands could rest behind the thighs, knees, shins, or maybe up to the ankles or the feet. Rock from side to side if it feels comfortable. And then let the knees hug in towards the chest. Cross at your ankles, hands behind your thighs, and then rock up and down maybe 3 or 4 times to bring yourself up towards all fours. Once you come up, bring yourself around. Hands are spread out quite wide. Wrists underneath the shoulders, but a little bit wider, and maintaining some length through the low back. Take a breath in. When you exhale, drop your head, push your low back up. And inhale to slide your belly forward. Be gentle on the arch. You don't need to go for your full range of motion. Maybe just back off a little bit. Exhale, drop your head, push your low back up. Inhale, belly slides forward. Go for your arch. 4 more each direction, please. Come back through to center. Looking just in front of the hands so you have a stationary point. Strong connection into the abdominals and pelvic floor. And then imagine that you're drawing your legs a little bit closer together without moving them, but like you have a block or a pillow in between the knees. Try to keep the torso really still as you reach out the opposite arm, opposite leg, like that dead bug movement we did before. Extending, lowering down, switching sides. So try to reach out fully through your fingers and your toes. So you're just waking up the low back a little bit. And also working into the balance, so it's an arm balance. The more you can stabilize through your deep core in your balances, the easier it'll be to balance. On this next one, reach out, stay extended, take a breath in, and then exhale, round in. Maybe the elbow and the knee can move towards each other. Inhale, stretch out. Try that 4 more times, please. Exhale in. Inhale out. Last one. Switch legs. Extend out. Strong core, breathe in. Exhale, round. Inhale, extend. So getting a little bit more into the abdominals, this variation. Let that hand come down, please. And then take a few side cats. So breathe in the center. And then exhale, turn back, look towards the feet. Inhale, come back through the center. Exhale over to the other side. So just move with this as it feels comfortable. Once that feels about even, come back through the center and then head back to child's pose. So this is your resting pose. The knees can go a little bit further apart. The hips reach back towards the heels. The forehead can come down to the mat or your hands, whatever feels more comfortable. Spending a little bit of time breathing into the back of the body. This area, it's not easy to get breath here, so take advantage of this open posture. And know at any point in your practice, you can rest here if you need to. Bring yourself back through to all fours. Head up towards downward dog if it feels good, so the hands go a little bit further forward. Spread the fingers out a little bit more. Tuck your toes under and press your hips up and back. The feet can step in a little bit closer. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. Focus on the hips pressing back, head hanging down, so you maintain this length in the spine. Remember, at any point you can drop down to child's pose if you don't feel like doing downward dog. Then stretch the legs a little bit more by walking your dog out, bending one knee at a time. The other heel pushes closer to the ground. We'll come into a lunge from here and try to do it in one complete breath. Take an inhale, one leg extends up. Keep inhaling, bring that foot up in between the hands. Drop your back knee. Finish the inhale up. Exhale to lower down. Keep exhaling all the way back to downward dog. Complete the exhale. Try that on the other side, please. Inhale, the leg extends up. Bring that foot forward. Back knee drops down. Keep inhaling up. Exhale down. Keep exhaling back. When you're ready, come up onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Step, lunge, or hop. The feet move up towards the hands. Have a little bit of space between the feet. Bring the hands towards the shins. Inhale up halfway to a flat back position, so lots of length here. And then exhale, fold back down again. The arms can hang, or you can hold onto your elbows. Shift lots of weight into the toes, and let this be really relaxed and loose. Still very thorough with those exhales. Bring the hands towards the legs. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. And then just roll up through the spine, round up one vertebra at a time. So you're trying to articulate, stack the spine. The head's the last thing to come up. And then just roll the shoulders back a few times. Circle the arms back. Come up towards the top of the mat. We'll come into some sun salutations. So bring your hands to prayer position, please. Feel the big toes push down and the toes spread out. When you're ready, come up onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Step, lunge, or hop. The feet move up towards the hands. Have a little bit of space between the feet. Bring the hands towards the shins. Inhale up halfway to a flat back position, so lots of length here. And then exhale, fold back down again. The arms can hang, or you can hold onto your elbows. Shift lots of weight into the toes, and let this be really relaxed and loose. Still very thorough with those exhales. Bring the hands towards the legs. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. And then just roll up through the spine, round up one vertebra at a time. So you're trying to articulate, stack the spine. The head's the last thing to come up. And then just roll the shoulders back a few times. Circle the arms back. Come up towards the top of the mat. We'll come into some sun salutations. So bring your hands to prayer position, please. Feel the big toes push down and the toes spread out. Feel the inner heels, inner knees, inner thighs, all draw in towards the center. Pelvic floor pulls up a little bit more, low belly pulls back. Hands at prayer, they gently press in, shoulders drop down. Breathe in. Exhale, drop your hands. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, dive down. Hands somewhere at the legs, inhale up halfway. Bring the hands down towards the mat. Step, lunge, or hop to high plank, push-up position. Pause here for a breath, reach out through the heels. You can keep the knees up or drop them down. Breathe in. Exhale to lower. Stretch the legs back behind you, point your elbows to your heels, squeeze your shoulders together. Inhale, come up a little for a cobra, or up higher for an upward dog, shoulders drop away from the ears. Exhale to come down, tuck your toes under. Inhale, push back towards all fours, walk the hands back and a little wider. Exhale, press up and back, downward dog. Complete the exhale, and stay. Remember, you could always move into child's pose if that was better. And when you're ready, come up onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Step, lunge, or hop. Feet move up to the hands. Plant the feet, inhale up halfway. Exhale, pull back down again. And then bend the knees, drop the hips, and lift. Straighten the legs, stretch the arms, reach up. And then the hands drop down to prayer. Take a second variation. This one's a little bit different. So at the top of the mat, everything squeezes into center, strong core. Breathe in. Exhale, drop the hands. Inhale up. Exhale, dive down. Hands somewhere at the legs, inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, hands to the mat, step, lunge, or hop, high plank. Take a breath there. Knees up or down, exhale to lower. Inhale to come up a little for cobra, or up higher for upward dog. And then this time, exhale, just come forward, and then tuck your toes under, push back to down dog. Maybe walk the feet a little closer. 5 or so breaths here. Trying to create space underneath your armpits and around your ribs. So you're really lengthening through the spine, yet still keeping your shoulders away from your ears. When you're ready, come onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward, step, lunge, or hop, feet move up to the hands. Inhale, up halfway. Exhale to hold. Bend the knees, drop the hips. Lift, straighten the arms, stretch the legs to reach up. Pull the hands to prayer. Last one, top of the mat. A little bit different. Connecting to the core, hands at prayer, breath in. Exhale to lower, inhale to lift. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, hands to the mat. Step, lunge, or hop, high plank. Breathe in. Exhale to lower down. Maybe inhale, come right up into cobra or up dog. And then this time when you exhale, you can tuck the toes under, press right back for down dog. Noticing the heart rate's a little bit higher, body temperature's up a bit. So we're creating some more heat, warmth in the body with the sun salutations. Really thorough with the exhale every time. Come on up onto your toes, bend your knees, look ahead, step, lunge, or hop, feet move forward. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Bend the knees, drop the hips. Lift, straighten the legs, stretch the arms. Hands drop down to prayer. Just pause here for a moment. Close your eyes. Drop your awareness into your body. Get back into your breath. Open your eyes. Drop your hands. We'll come into warrior B. So let the right knee lift up and step back. Medium wide distance. Back foot's about parallel to the short side of the mat or turned in a little bit. Stretch out through your arms. Drop your shoulders down. Bend into your front knee. Make sure that your knee and your toes are facing in the same direction forward, and that the knee's moving a little bit more to the baby toe side. Once you've figured that out, then look forward over the index finger on the front hand. From here, we'll take extended side angle. So exhale to reach forward, front arm rests gently on the thigh. Back arm stretches up and around. The back foot might want to move behind you a little bit more. Deep bend into that front knee and allow the torso to roll open, just looking wherever it feels comfortable for your neck. Take a breath in, and then exhale to come down to a lunge. Foot's in the middle, one hand on either side. Spin that back foot around so the heel's up. The hand on the inside of the foot stays there. The other hand comes onto the thigh, so you're twisting towards the front knee. Drop the shoulders down. You can keep the hand on the thigh, or you can stretch the arm up towards the sky. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Look wherever it feels comfortable on your neck. From here, this is kind of awkward, see if you can move into a side plank. So that means your front foot starts to shuffle back, you spin onto the side of that back foot, and then the leg can either stay on the ground, or in front, or stacked. Breathe, reach out through the shoulders, connect into your core. You need that extra strength. Shakiness is fine. Inhale. Exhale, come out of it. So now you're in that high plank again. Take a breath here, please. And then exhale to lower down. Your knees can come down, remember. Inhale up, cobra or up dog. And then exhale, tuck under back to down dog, or come forward first. Then go back to down dog. Just a breath or two here. When you're ready, come up onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Step, lunge, or hop. Feet move to the hands. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. You come up, bend the knees, drop the hips. Lift, straighten the legs, stretch the arms, reach up. The hands come back down to prayer. Just pause, catch your breath. Drop your hands. Open your eyes. We'll try that sequence on the other side. So this time it'll be the left foot that steps back. Back foot's parallel to the short side of the mat or turned in just a little bit. Stretch out through the arms, drop the shoulders down, bend into the front knee. Remember that the knee needs to roll over to the baby toe side, and then you're looking forward over that index finger. Soften where you can, so your face, shoulders, especially your jaw. Take an inhale, and then extended side angle, so reach forward, front arm rests on your thigh, back arm spins around. Maybe the back foot moves behind you a little bit more, deep bend into that knee. Try to keep the bottom shoulder away from the ears, and then let the torso roll upwards. Using each exhale to try to connect into your core, so you're breathing out as much as you can, plus you're trying to draw back on your low belly and lift up on your pelvic floor. Coming into that lunge with a twist, so take a breath in, please. And then exhale, lower down. Maybe this one's a little bit smoother. That left hand stays beside the front foot. You're up on the toes of the back foot. The right hand comes to the thigh. Turn towards the leg. Drop the shoulders down. The hand can stay on the thigh, or you could reach it up. Connect into your core more so you can get set up for that side plank. So as the front starts to shuffle back, you're spinning onto the side of that foot. Remember, the foot can stay planted on the ground. It could be in front of the other, or it could be stacked. Try not to let the ribs pop out. Think about keeping the ribs in towards the body as well as that strong core connection. Inhale. And then exhale, come out of it. Turn to that high plank, breathe in. Exhale to lower down, knees down or up. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And then exhale back to down dog. Just a couple breaths. You could always take child's pose. Come up onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward, step, lunge, or hop. Feet move up to the hands. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Bend the knees, drop the hips. Straighten the legs, stretch the arms, reach upwards. Exhale, hands to prayer. Just pause. Straighten the legs, stretch the arms, reach upwards. Exhale, hands to prayer. Just pause. Catch your breath. Open your eyes, drop your hands, and take some balances, so feel free to use the wall for support, or even stepping off your mat, being on a flatter surface can help a little bit. Have a sense of humor with your balance. Everybody needs to work on it. Sense of humor and balance. Shift your weight onto one foot, connect into your deep core, bring the knee up, hold on with the opposite hand. This might be enough, but you also have the option to take your arm out to the side. You can keep it extended out like that, or you can start to extend the arm back behind you, and you might change where you're looking. Maybe you look to the side, or maybe to that back hand. Remember, the more you can connect into your core, the more stable you can be, so keep a really strong connection and focus there. Come out of this when you're ready. Try to do it with control. Leg can touch down if it needs to, swinging back into a quadricep stretch. So grab on somewhere onto the foot. The other arm can extend up. You can stay like this. Or you can take more of a dancer pose where you start to tip forward. The foot pushes into the hand. Reach out through the fingers. It's not really a twist. Try to keep your shoulders and hips square down to the floor. Inhale to come back up again. The foot can touch down at any point. Release it. One more balance. Let the ankle cross over the thigh, so above the knee. Let the foot be kind of flexed. Connect into the deep core. Bend the knees, push the hips back. So it's like you're going back into a squat. Hands to prayer. So we're getting a deep stretch into the hip here. The foot you're standing on, try to keep those toes relaxed. And having a stationary point in balances helps a lot, so find somewhere that you can look at that's not moving. Come up when you're ready. Release it, shake it out. And then take a pose called palm tree, so let the feet move a little further apart. Knees are kind of loose, and then you just swing from side to side. And your arms might end up running into you. They could come up a little bit higher towards the torso, the shoulders, and back down again. And slow this down. Try that whole thing on the other side. Balance is quite different from leg to leg, so don't worry about it. Relax. Connect into your core. Bend your opposite knee. Hold on with the opposite hand. Shoulders drop down. This could be enough. If you like, the arm could extend out to the side. It could stay like that, or you could take the arm back behind you. So the torso opens up. Maybe your gaze does too. Maybe you look to the side or over the shoulder. The wobbliness in your legs is completely normal. Come out of that with control. Touch the foot down if you need to. Bend the knee back, so quadricep stretch. And then dancer pose, opposite arm can stretch up. And then tip forward. Try to find that you're opening through your shoulders and your hips, not just arching out through the low back. So the ribs stay snug to the body, the deep core stays engaged, so that you can find the true opening through the shoulders and hips. Inhale to come back up again. Come out of it, touch the foot down if you need to, and then this last one, foot's kind of flexed. Coming above the knee, bend back. Hands squeeze into prayer. Relax where you can. When you're ready, come back up again. Release the hands, arms, legs, shake them out. Take a sun salutation to come down, so come up to the top of the mat. Squeeze into center, connect into your core, hands to prayer. Breathe in. Exhale, hands drop. Inhale, up. Exhale, back forward. Come up halfway, inhale. Exhale, down, bend the knees, hands to the mat. Step, lunge, or hop. High plank, catch a breath there, connect into your core. Lower down, your knees can come down, elbows stay tucked in. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, just go back to child's pose. Let the knees go a little further apart. The hips press back towards the heels. The forehead to your mat or your hands. Just some calming, cooling breath into the back of the body. And come up when you're ready. And come up to a high kneeling position. And if you need to, roll the mat over a few times to pad the knees or use a blanket, whatever feels better. Let one leg extend out to the side. Your toes can point forward or off to the side, whatever feels better. That same hand rests on your leg, and then the other arm stretches up and over. You don't move very far here, it's fine. Just focus on breath moving into the side of the body. Keep pressing that exhale out and keep trying to connect into the abdominals and pelvic floor. Strong core to inhale, come back. Now the hand drops down and the other arm can stretch up and over. Hips can press forward, shoulders stay away from the ears. Just look wherever it feels comfortable for your neck. Reach your fingers straight up towards the sky. Put more weight into the front leg so you can pick up the back leg. Come into a stretch quadricep from here, so bend that back knee. Reach back, see if you can grab that foot. Watch that the ribs don't pop out. Breathe. Release, extend up, just for a breath. And then lower that leg, push into the ground, bring yourself up, switch sides, so pull that leg in. Opposite leg extends out, toes forward or to the side, whatever's better. Same arm as that extended leg, drops down, other arm reaches up and over. These two side stretches, they're called gate poses, and they're a lovely way to get more space into the side of the body. Watch that the shoulders are still dropping down, especially this bottom one, so the elbows may need to bend. Come up, inhale up and over, and then it's that top arm that stretches across. And the hip could push forward slightly if you like to increase the stretch. Here again, both shoulders away from the ears. Connect a little bit more into your core and into this front leg. Reach the fingers up towards the sky and then lift the back leg. Take a breath here. And then bend the knee. Take that quadricep stretch. Watch the ribs. Extend out through the fingers and the toes again. Lower that leg down. Press yourself up. Bring the leg back in. Go back to downward dog, just so you can make your way to pigeon pose, please. So press the hips back. Lift one leg up. Bend the knee. And then the shin comes forward. So you place the front shin in front of the back leg. Extend the leg behind you. Hands can come more underneath the shoulders. You might just check to see that the leg does extend back behind you and your toes point straight back. Try to even the weight out in the middle. You can stay tall or come down towards your forearms. There might be a lot of sensation in your hips in this posture, and that's fine, but there shouldn't be any pain in your knees. If there's pain in your knees, roll onto your back and do a similar stretch to that balance we just did. Cross your ankle over your thigh and then pick the back leg up and hug it in towards the chest. Relax your jaw, your shoulders. And when this one feels like it's done, and that doesn't have to be now, you can stay longer. The hands can come underneath the shoulders. You push back towards down dog. You can walk it out if you want to. And then the other leg lifts up and comes forward. Back leg extends behind you. Hands underneath the shoulders. Try to even out the hip. Breath in. And then exhale to come down. The hips can be quite different from side to side, which is totally normal. Feel free to stay longer on the tight side if you need to. Stay relaxed through your jaw. When you're ready, you can come out of this one. Hands under the shoulders. Push back towards downward dog. Let your knees come down. And then you can bring yourself onto your back, please. Take your feet about as wide as your mat, knees bent. Stretch your arms out to the sides or back behind you. Nice full breath in. And then when you exhale, either let one knee drop in or both knees drop out, whatever feels better. You can take a few breaths here. And you can connect into the core, bring the legs back through to center. Again, one knee can fall in or both knees can drop out. Relax your jaw. Breathe into the space you're creating through the hip flexor, so the hip crease up into the torso. This shouldn't bother your knees or your low back. Maybe take another one to each side. And switching sides when you're ready. Bring your legs up. And settling into Shavasana, corpse pose. The legs can be extended if it feels comfortable. Toes can flop out towards the sides. If it's better for your low back though, feel free to bend your knees. Hands are palms face up, arms a little away from the body. Back of the neck is long. Let your deep core totally relax. Just allow yourself to sink into the ground. Imagine each exhale can drop you down a little bit lower and allow your body to soften a little more. feel free to rest longer if you like. If you feel like you're okay to start to move again, just allow your inhale to get a little bit deeper. Maybe wiggle your fingers and your toes. Nod your head from side to side. Take a big stretch, a big yawn. And eventually bend your knees. Roll over to one side. Take a few extra breaths there. Press down with the top arm to bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Maybe cross legs. Join up the hands together at prayer. Let your head drop down. Thank yourself for taking this time out of your day to practice. Thank your body for all its hard work. Open your eyes. Lift your head. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.
Thank you very much for watching my yoga practice video. I hope that you get an idea of what I've been doing in terms of my yoga, and it's something I'm continuing to do and find it really makes me feel really good. My body, I'm much more in touch with my body. Of course, it's something that, like anything that you practice, it takes a long time to really get the form down and the motions. And I suggest if you're trying to do yoga yourself, don't push yourself, and if you ever feel any pain, come out of the pose right away, because you don't want to cause injury to yourself. Anyways, thanks again for watching, and if you do want to do yoga videos like this one, I recommend checking out doyogawithme.com. It's a very good website, and you can find all the great yoga videos on there. I'll provide a link to that below. Also, if you like my videos, please click the subscribe button below. I'll be happy to provide you more interesting videos of interesting things in my daily life that maybe will inspire you or give you ideas. So thanks again for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye for now.